Welcome to The Lift with Sheila Robinson Kiss. Come on in. There's always a special place set aside for you here where you can relax, kick up your heels, pour yourself a nice, refreshing drink, and prepare to be lifted and soar. Thanks so much, everyone, and welcome back. How to deal with painful endings. I'm going to get right to the point in this video because I'm not sure what happened as we crossed over into this new year, but there seems to be a lot of folks going through very painful divorces, separations. I've received a lot of notes and things like that, so I really wanted to quickly get this video out, because if you are dealing with that kind of pain, it does land on you as a trauma. Again, right to the point, I've had people flat out ask me, Sheila, I don't understand. It's bad enough that the ending is happening. Why the extra cruelty? What is the reason behind this? And it can be particularly devastating when you're receiving that kind of backlash and meanness from someone who once showed you so much love, so much care and affection. It can really mess with a person's mind, get in the way of just your thinking, your productivity. So I want to hopefully alleviate some of that pain and stress if that's where you're at. And I want to share with you the top 3 reasons. Now, there's a variety of reasons why people can really be extra cruel at the end of a relationship. I may make a follow-up to this video, but I'm just going to share the top 3 reasons with you, because I think where there is greater clarity and greater understanding, it really can pave the way for more healing. So number one reason I want you to be aware of is people can become extra cruel at the end of a relationship because they're trying to alleviate pain, themselves, shame, or guilt. I'll say again, people can become extra cruel at the end of a relationship because they are trying to alleviate within themselves pain, shame, or guilt. So what you will see is someone making a concentrated effort to continue to point the finger at you. In other words, you have to be bad. You have to be wrong. You're the evil person, because as long as I can keep that finger pointed at you, I really don't have to take responsibility for or be accountable for what I may have did that ran the relationship off into the ditch. I mean, I want you to think about this. Let's be realistic. How many people do you know? Matter of fact, how many people have you crossed paths with in your life that are so centered, so focused, so grounded that they are ready, willing, and able to take full ownership and responsibility for their behavior? Quite frankly, I have only witnessed it a few times, and I've been doing this work for many, many years. And what you have to understand about human behavior is this: 9 times out of 10, when someone's back is against the wall and they feel like their ego is being attacked, they're going to protect their image and their perspective and their position. People will defend their positions to the nth degree. It can sound crazy, look crazy, be totally absurd. I have seen it. But having said that, I'll also say this: I also know what taking a truth walk for your life, even in when a relationship is ending, what taking a truth walk can do. I've only seen it done a few times, but it really sticks out in my mind. I was working with a couple some years ago, and this was a 13-year marriage, and this woman had decided for her own reasons that she was going to step outside the marriage, have an affair. And the whole thing was just in the ditch. And make a long story short, the marriage did not work out. They divorced quickly after that affair came to light. But I will never forget how she took ownership of her behavior. And she looked that man in the eye and she said, listen, we are here for one reason and one reason only, because of my weakness and my selfishness. I know this is ending. I don't ever want you to think that what I did was because anything was wrong with you. It has nothing to do with you. And she went on, and I saw her truth walk really before my eyes was healing this man. Now he was remarried 2-3 years later, doing fine. She had a tough time of it, but I saw what that truth walk did at the end. It was a bad situation already, but honesty, integrity, and kindness can transform the roughest of any situation. And also, when you're taking your truth walk and you're accountable, I can't say it enough. It may be uncomfortable, but boy, does it speed healing. It speeds healing because it's like there's nothing for either of us to cut through. Here's the honest truth, and that healing can really begin when you start to see the light of day in terms of truth. Second reason that people can become particularly cruel and nasty at the end of the relationship, it's the fallout. It is the fallout due to the suppression. So many emotions and feelings can be suppressed inside of a relationship, and then at the end it's kind of like all bets are off. It's a volcano that's erupting, and I've been stunned in my career at how there's people will sit on things that just gnaw at them, and then when they get that straight away, bam, it's off to the races. Particularly sad story. Couple was going through a very bitter separation. This woman, she knew that her partner's love was his tropical fish. Loved him, cared for him. Those fish tanks and the fish inside were just his life. And she waited until he left. He had to go away for the weekend. She drained the tank, and she took the fish out, very cruelly fried the fish, and he had to walk in and see his treasured pets on the table like that. And I cried when I was made aware of it. It's sick, it's twisted. However, it can go this far. He didn't understand. Sheila, I can't understand why. Well, she was suppressing rage. This was rage that was suppressed in all those years, and it's going to manifest. Whatever you hold on to, I can promise you, I don't know when it's going to manifest, where it's going to manifest, but it's going to come out one way or another. So this is a lot of what you get at the end of a relationship. Someone wants to get in that last little zinger. You hurt me, so I'm going to hurt you. Third reason is punishment. Hurt people. So you'll see a lot of cruel behavior that is really what's behind that is I want to control you or I want to punish you. A gentleman was going through a separation, and his children, his wife had booked a trip, Disney cruise for the kids, and they had worked out this custody arrangement, 1 weekend on, 1 weekend off, and it would cost her a lot of money to rebook this cruise. And basically what he said was, sucks to be you. The kids aren't going. They're not going to go. It's not your weekend, so figure out something else. There was no other reason for that than punishment and an effort to control. So it does not feel good when that energy is coming at you. And a lot of times I've seen this really play itself out when kids are involved. And what I will say to that, and you can take it to the bank, what I'm telling you, I've seen it over and over again. You feel like you've got some revenge in the moment, but it never works out. When you play games with kids, they're going to grow up, they're going to figure out what happened. It's going to be an ugly, ugly scene. So when that type of energy is coming at you, although tempting to just give it right back, I will tell you this. I will say this. There are rewards. The rewards are not always readily apparent, but there are rewards when you dig down deep and you do the right thing, particularly where children are involved. But sometimes you do the right thing just for the sake of doing the right thing. Stay above ground. Take the high road. I do realize what I'm asking because it's easier said than done, but I'm going to tell you, you're going to make a much smoother pace for yourself in the long run. And the last thing I'm going to say about going through messy divorces or separations is this: give yourself time to heal. Give yourself time to heal. I mean, so often I see people just, boom, I'm going to jump out there. I want to be comforted. I want to be soothed. And please don't get me wrong. I understand it. We're all humans. We have needs, wants, desires. We want affiliation and connection. Many people have asked me, oh, why did you stay single so long after that bad relationship? Because I was traumatized. I was traumatized. I did want the companionship. I wanted all of that. I craved all of that, but I knew nothing good can come of it. Give yourself an opportunity to heal, reflect on what happened. You know, alone time, a lot of beautiful things can happen when you're alone. You can read books when you're alone. You can meditate when you're alone. You can collect your thoughts. And then when you've had that healing to take place and come in, you have more of a perspective, and you can meet someone from a healed stance, and they look different. The situation looks different. So again, give yourselves that time to heal. It is a process. I hope this video has been helpful, and I'll see you next time.